Today we'll be taking a break from your regular news broadcasting for a short information session on Superior Glove. So we're going to start by talking about the company itself. It's a family-run company run by the Gang family, and they've been running it for a couple generations now. And the product that they produce are work gloves. They supply gloves to Canada, the United States, and parts of Europe, although the majority of their production is in Canada. And unlike many of their competitors, they do not export production to China, which causes the gloves to be more expensive, but allows them to be of higher quality. And here are just a few pictures of the gloves that they make. Context of market failure. So Superior Glove has a goal of helping out third parties. One of the ways they've done that is making one of their factories carbon neutral. This factory in particular is powered by wood pellets, and the amount of carbon that is released in the atmosphere through the burning of one tree is equal to the amount of carbon that is absorbed by that tree while it's growing. They also use solar power to help fuel one of their other plants, and they mainly hire locals to work for them. They also produce high quality gloves, which helps the users as the consumers are able to stay safe while using the gloves. And they take care of their employees. They're concerned about their safety and help create an unstressed environment. They also try to help out the communities that they work in with things such as Santa Claus parades, donating money for parks, and donating gloves for Earth Day cleanups. So overall, Superior Glove tries to support the communities that they're in, although they could provide more support for them. Tony Gang, the president of Superior Glove, told me that we always take our people and community and the workers who use our gloves into account. By taking care of them first, we have always found that profits follow naturally. However, they are a business and do have to try to make a profit. The marginal private benefit of what Superior Glove does is lesser than what the marginal social benefit is. This is due to the fact that they have the overall goal of making a profit. So since there's a difference in the marginal private benefit and the marginal social benefit, there's a market failure in this market. Cause of the market failure. Similarly to most other businesses, the overall goal of Superior Glove is to make a profit. However, they do have a secondary goal of helping the environment and the community that they're in. But they cannot maximize their positive externalities while still making a profit, and they have to keep their primary goal in mind while doing what they do. So this causes them to have to find an equilibrium that will meet their primary and secondary goals. However, that equilibrium will not be at the intersection of the marginal social cost and the marginal social benefit as is ideal for the community. So, for example, it costs them $100,000 for a furnace that was carbon neutral, which causes them to lose money in the short term and currently limits them to one factory with carbon neutral heating, as they only have the funds for one factory like this. The company is also limited to what they can do with the resources available to them. So going back to the carbon neutral heating factory, they use wood pellets to heat a factory in Newfoundland. Forestry is Newfoundland's second largest natural resource after fishery. So since there's a lot of forestry and wood pellets around, they're able to use a carbon neutral heating factory. And there's also a local pellet making business near the factory. In a different location such as Ontario, there's not a pellet making factory near the factory itself, which makes it impossible to use the carbon neutral heating. They also try to hire locals to work at the factory. But the factory in Newfoundland is in a town of 650 people. It's impossible for them to hire everyone they need for the factory in this small town. So they have to go to other towns to hire enough workers. So the positive externality of helping the community by giving them jobs is impossible in a town such as the one in Newfoundland. Now we're going to analyze a graph that demonstrates what I've been talking about. This is the marginal social cost. This is the marginal private benefit of a competitor. This is the marginal private benefit of a Superior Glove. And this is the marginal social benefit. So the area here between the red and purple curves are the positive externality of an average company. This is what an average company would be willing to do for the community, and this is what the community would want them to do. And there's quite a large gap between it, which is a large positive externality. And this is what Superior Glove would be willing to do, which is a smaller gap between this and the marginal social benefit, as part of their goals is to help out the community. So there's less that the society wants Superior Glove to do, although there's still some, and the difference in the two marginal private benefit and marginal social benefit is what causes there to be a market failure at this point in time. Impact on community. Superior Glove's actions have a positive impact on the communities that they work in. They're doing things such as donating to the Acton Food Bank, raising money for Janeway Hospital, supporting local businesses by doing things such as buying local fuel for their factory in Newfoundland, funding splash pads and playgrounds, donating a score clock to the local high school, helping with the Santa Claus parades, using hybrid cars to reduce the environmental impact. So, Superior Glove tries to do as many positive things as they can, which helps both the community and the environment. And the community would like if they did more, although this is quite unrealistic at this point in time. Reaction of the community. The community appreciates what Superior Glove does, although the only motivation that Superior Glove has for their actions are their own morals and interest in the communities. They're doing what they're doing to help the communities, so they focus some of their efforts on doing that. However, there is very little external motivation. There is no one trying to encourage Superior Glove to keep doing what they do or do more. So they have the internal motivation of being a family business and wanting to treat their employees and communities like part of their family. They don't do these things so that others will want to buy their products. They do that because they believe it's the right thing and want to help out the community. Although the community appreciates all that they have done, they are doing very little to motivate them to keep doing what they're doing and do more. Actions taken by the community and government. Basically, it's very minimal. Although there's a few government rebates that they could use, such as the Electro Retrofit Incentive Program, which they use to upgrade their lighting to LED lighting, and the Electric Vehicle Incentive and Charging Incentive Programs, which they're considering to use to get electric cars plug-in hybrids for the company. But this is not much in comparison to everything they have done for the community and society. So much of what they do is not supported by the community or government in any way. And there's no way that they're encouraging other companies to do similar things to create a better society. Evaluation of effectiveness. So the minimalistic approach the government is taking right now is effective for companies such as Superior Glove, but not for the majority of companies. This is due to the fact that it relies on self-motivation. Superior Glove has a strong self-motivation to help their community. However, an average company has more of a focus on profits, not on maximizing their positive externalities. So this makes it effective for a company that is self-motivated, such as Superior Glove, to help their community, but not for a company that has a focus on making profits. It would be much more effective if there were rebates and subsidies that were offered to companies that did things that helped their community. This would encourage more companies to help their communities and would make it profitable to have positive externalities, which overall helps the community. However, this is not entirely realistic due to the fact that the government has a strict budget. At the very least, the government needs to show more support for companies like Superior Glove. Also, the community needs to show more support for companies like Superior Glove. A simple thing such as expressing your thanks to a company such as Superior Glove will lead them to have more motivation to keep doing what they do and keep motivating themselves to do more for the community. So a single thank you or keep doing what you do can make a huge difference to a community. So this is a call for all of you in the audience, is to show your support for your local communities.